Welcome back, guys. This is my top moves reactions for the top 10 moves of Millie McKenzie. And hopefully this one and the one I did with Abaddon before, about Abaddon or for Abaddon or with I didn't do it with Abaddon. She wasn't here. I was watching the video, but still. The one I did about Abaddon or for Abaddon, hopefully I don't get popped for copyright, and hopefully this one don't get popped for copyright, because my Race with the Devil reaction for the trailer, it got popped for copyright. So sorry guys if there's any crossover here, but I had to throw it on private. Just throw me a message and I'll send you a link. But if you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the notify bell for new content, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. Let me check my framing real quick. Yeah, my framing's alright, so that's good. Check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links will be in the description, along with links for this top 10 moves of Millie McKenzie. This is another IWDB or Internet Wrestling Database production. Again, you should subscribe to them. I have subscribed to them. They got really good videos. Like I said, not just of women's wrestling. They got Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. I think I seen Chris Jericho on there, Brian Cage. There's a lot of non-WWE wrestlers on Internet Wrestling Database, along with a bunch of WWE wrestlers. But this guy, the Internet Wrestling Database, does kind of I don't want to say placate, but leans more towards the independence and non-WWE, unless it's just like someone like Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair or something like that, where you have to go to the WWE for their footage or whatever. But even though not with Becky Lynch, you could probably find some Shimmer stuff with her, which I did one of her plug, and there was a bunch of Shimmer and WoW stuff. So again, and she's been in the business for a long time. But like with Flair, or like with Charlotte Flair, or even like Sasha or someone like that, there's a bunch of WWE stuff. So he will do that. But for the most part, IWDB leans toward the more independent style, unless if it's like someone that's been in the Mae Young Classic or something like that, or someone that's an active NXT wrestler, even though he'll show. I assume it's a he. I apologize if it's she. I only assume it's a he because there's very few women that like wrestling and very few hot women that like wrestling. That's not wrestling. It's just every time I see a crowd, it just seems like there's not very many women's in there. Just saying, we need to change that. We need more women's at the crowds, because there's more peoples like me that happens to be single and would like to maybe find someone with the same interest instead of having to wait for our loved one to go to bed and then watch wrestling, or watch wrestling without them. Just saying. Well, let's get on with it. I've wackied around enough and been stupid enough. Again, top 10 moves of Millie McKenzie. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the notify bell for new content, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description, along with links for this. I'm pretty sure I said that before, but I might as well say it again. Let's get on with it. Millie McKenzie.
Ray on Sunday night. What was it?
Nice.
7 German suplexes that Ray took during that match. McKenzie did get all of that move. She may well have got the 3. Roll through from
Get her, McKenzie. I've also noticed a lot of the independents, there's a lot more male and female wrestling each other, which is fine if you do it right. You don't want to just flat out domestic violence the woman, punch, kick, or whatever. Actually do wrestling moves and whatnot. But yeah, that's something you don't see in WWE a lot, so I find it cool. It used to bug me, but now I understand it, and now I understand it. I've grown and matured a little more. Yeah, it's fine. And also, a lot of the women that wrestle are hot, so why not? Sorry, again, leave a comment for me being misogynist.
Go for gold. And that's what they're doing. McKenzie!
Oh, she almost screwed that up. Let's see that again. Let's start this beginning. That's a nice forearm shot.
McKenzie.
That was a good not diving head scissor IWDB. It's called a Hurricane Rana. A head scissors is what Lita does, or what Abaddon was doing, where you just kind of grab the head and you're belly to belly. The Hurricane Rana is from powerbomb position. They flip you over, head ass over tea kettle. So I'm just saying, could you quit calling Hurricane Ranas diving head scissors? I'm just saying, because they're not diving head scissors. They're hurricanranas, invented by a guy named, I forget the guy name, but I think his part of his name was Hurricane or something like that, and it's Orana, so he just Hurricanrana. I've looked it up just to make sure I spelled the word right, and I read a little bit of history, so forgive me if I'm kind of conflating and forgetting. I didn't really read. I was just like, oh, that's cool. That's a neat little backstory of the Hurricanrana. But yeah, it was named by somebody, Arana, which is a head head takeover with your legs, not quite a head scissors, because the scissors is like this, not like this. You know, I'm just saying. It's a diving hurricanrana. It's either a diving hurricanrana or just a hurricanrana, or a running hurricanrana in this case. And boy, I think she fucks up on this one.
For gold. And that's what they're doing from McKenzie!
Oh, yeah, it looked like McKenzie landed on her head. Bad camera angle there, but yeah, it looks like McKenzie may have landed on her head.
From McKenzie on the second turn. Nice. High angle crossbody of the cover. 5-on-5 matches. McKenzie!
Ooh, that was a nice cutter.
She seems to take it to another level when she reaches that level of it.
That's kind of Randy Orton style or Diamond Cutter style. That's a good looking cutter. I like that. Too bad she uses it as a transitional maneuver instead of a fucking finish like it's been made to be used over the years. It's another thing that kind of bugs me about independent wrestling. I almost said internet wrestling. It's all internet wrestling nowadays, but independent wrestling, they do moves like the cutter or the Canadian Destroyer as like setup moves for a roll up or something. I don't know. It's just devastating moves that back in the day used to finish everybody off, unless it was like a really huge match or someone like Sting or The Undertaker or someone like that. 99.99999% of the time it would end the match, unless if you like hit it on Sting or Undertaker or Super Cena or someone like that. So it bugs me that the cutter has been turned into a transitional move. And it'd be different if it was like late in the match and she hit the cutter, and they both laid flat for like a 8 count, and then she went for the pin, and the lady kicked out, or she went for another move, thinking, well, I've already laid here for an 8 count. I might as well do something else because there's no way I'm getting a 3 count because she's rested along with me resting. So might as well get up and do another move. If it's something like that, that's fine. But if it's just like the beginning of the match, she spins someone around, hits a cutter, and then moves on to something else. The cutter is supposed to be a finish maneuver. Randy Orton still uses it as a finish maneuver, except for when he goes against the Big Show, apparently. But still, he still uses it as a finish maneuver, and it's still Diamond Dallas Page's finish maneuver. No matter how old he is, he still gets to 3 count with it. So
intensity. There's the cutter. Running. Millie McKenzie back on the offense.
she bounced off of him like a rubber ball. That was hilarious. Still probably stung a little bit. If I was him, I'd let her spear. I mean,
nice. Big spear. Gets out. It's a spear. 3C. Both to the rope spear from McKenzie.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's the first time I've seen someone use that spinning type of neck breaker without and their name not being Goldberg.
And again, spinning neck breaker. McKenzie doing a great job of doubling down on that neck, and she got it.
So she can get the win with a bullshit spinning neck breaker thingy like that. That's not even anybody's finishing maneuver anywhere, and a move that Goldberg used to use as a transitional maneuver. Yes, I know Elias used to use it as a finisher, but then he finally switched to the fisherman buster type spinny thing that Nikki Cross does now. So he just does kind of a regular swinging neck breaker, but she can get a win off of that, but not the cutter. Then again, that is a version of the old school curtain call that Dustin Rhodes used to use, but then again, he's not catching the 3 count with that move either, and it's his move nowadays too. So it's his move too. So I'm just saying.
As far as McKenzie's concerned, she thinks she's going to win this. It was on. It will continue. Oh my God! And in the back of her head, a second German.
That was a nice snapping German suplex there. That was really nice.
Ray going for that finishing move again. Double underhook.
What? There should be a different name for a double underhook Canadian Destroyer. There should be like a butterfly destroyer or something. I've never seen a double underhook slash butterfly Canadian destroyer. That is pretty cool. Even though it's still just a transitional move, fucking bullshit. But still, it's pretty goddamn cool. Pretty innovative. I like that.
Finishing move again. Double underhook. Try for the Canadian destroyer here on
Don't think she got all of that one. It still looked like it might have stung.
underhook. Try for the Canadian destroyer here on Priestley. Priestley's head bounced off the canvas. Don't tell me! Oh my God! For century.
Okay, she turned me into a liar. They said it's her finishing maneuver and she's hitting it again, and she just won a match with it. So my apologies, McKenzie. You're not one of the bazillion wrestlers that does a fucking Canadian destroyer at the beginning of a match or as a transitional move in the middle of the match. I'm sorry, McKenzie. And again, the double underhook, beautiful adaptation of it. I apologize, Miss McKenzie.
Destroyer. What's this from McKenzie? That pump handle. This is how she beat Kaylee Ray. Over the head, the pump handle into the belly to back suplex. The cover from McKenzie, and Millie McKenzie wins it.
Woohoo! That pump handle suplex on Kaylee Ray. Let's go back and see that. Not that one. That one, yeah. That pump handle suplex. Let's see that again.
What's this from McKenzie?
Ooh,
that pump handle. This is how she beat Kaylee Ray. Over the head, the pump handle into the belly to back suplex. The cover from McKenzie, and Millie McKenzie wins it.
Millie McKenzie. I like Millie McKenzie. They should show more. I think she's in, or she used to be in NXT UK, and she used to run around in NXT. I know I've seen her on Mae Young Classic. Fucking brain's retarded today. On the Mae Young Classic, so I'm pretty sure I've seen her wrestle before. But she basically got, I think, she got stomped by. She either got stomped by, well, not stomped. Well, if it was against Meiko Satomura. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. Satomura. Meiko Satomura. If it was against her, yeah, that was a bit of a squash match, but it was still pretty good. And I'm thinking she's dyed her hair like fire engine red. So, but I've seen her wrestle before, and yeah, I've never seen any of these moves from her because she's usually, with the matches I've seen, she got beat-ins and she didn't get too much offense. And I don't watch NXT UK because I just don't have time for it. But if you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. Notify bell, click it, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description, along with links for this.